It's 3 a.m., you're exhausted, and your brain just got started, not winding down, not slowing, not preparing for rest, just starting. Like something inside you waited for the world to go quiet before deciding it was finally safe to be loud. And now every thought you've been carrying all day is arriving at once. The conversation from 3 days ago. The thing you should have said. The thing you shouldn't have. The plan that hasn't worked. The version of your life that still feels out of reach. All of it, right now in the dark. While your body begs for rest, your mind refuses to give it. And the worst part isn't the thoughts themselves. The worst part is lying there, knowing exactly what's happening and being completely powerless to stop it. And this isn't just about tonight. This is every night. You've been tired for so long you've forgotten what rested actually feels like. Not just physically tired, though that too, but tired in the way that sleep doesn't fix. The kind of tired that's already there when you wake up. That follows you through the day like a second shadow. That makes everything feel slightly heavier than it should. And yet, the moment your head hits the pillow, the moment your body finally surrenders, your mind does the opposite. Because here's what nobody tells you about the kind of exhaustion you carry. It's not just your body that needs to rest. It's your nervous system, your emotional processing. The part of you that has been on alert all day, reading every room, analyzing every interaction, feeling every unspoken tension. That part doesn't have an off switch. It just has a volume control. And at 3 a.m., when the distractions disappear and the noise of the day goes quiet, that part turns itself all the way up. And here's what that actually looks like from the inside. You lie down, your body relaxes, and your mind immediately starts its audit. Did I say the wrong thing today? Does that person actually like me, or are they just being polite? What happens if that situation doesn't work out? What am I doing with my life? Am I falling behind? Why does everyone else seem to have it together? Am I the only one who lies awake doing this? The questions don't come one at a time. They arrive in floods, overlapping, interrupting each other, each one pulling you slightly further from sleep. And the more you try to stop them, the more you tell yourself to just stop thinking, just relax, just sleep, the louder they get. Because your mind doesn't respond to commands, especially not at 3 a.m. when it's finally alone with you. And then comes the layer underneath the thoughts, the feelings, the anxiety that has no specific source, the restlessness that lives in your chest, the low-grade dread that something is wrong. Not with anything specific, just in general. The free-floating unease that follows hyper-aware people like a frequency only they can hear. You can't turn it off because you don't know where the switch is. You've been looking for it your entire life, and over time this does something to you that goes beyond tiredness. It starts affecting how you show up in your own life. You move through days slightly slower than everyone else. Not because you're lazy, you're actually working harder than most people, just to maintain the same pace. Because everything costs more energy when you're running on empty. Conversations that should feel easy feel heavy. Decisions that should feel simple feel overwhelming. Joy that should feel light feels distant and difficult to reach. And you start canceling things not because you don't want to go, but because the idea of performing presence for another 3 hours when you've already been awake for 20 feels physically impossible. And people around you start noticing. They say you seem distracted, distant, not like yourself. And you want to explain. You want to say, I haven't slept properly in weeks. My brain won't stop. I'm exhausted in a way I don't have the words for. But you just smile, say you're fine, go home, lie down, and start the whole cycle again. And maybe right now, maybe literally right now as you're watching this, it's late, and you're tired, and your mind is doing exactly what this video described. And maybe the most important thing anyone can tell you isn't how to fix it or how to sleep or how to quiet a mind that was built to notice everything. Maybe the most important thing is just this. You are not broken. You are not failing at something everyone else finds easy. You are a person whose mind moves faster than the world gives it credit for, whose awareness runs deeper than most people will ever understand. And that awareness, the same one keeping you awake right now, is also the thing that makes you see the world differently from everyone around you. It comes at a cost, a real one, paid mostly between midnight and 4 a.m. But it is not a flaw. It is not evidence that something is wrong with you. It is just the price of being wired the way you are. And somewhere in this city, or the next one, or one on the other side of the world. Someone else is lying awake right now carrying the same thoughts, the same restlessness, the same tired mind that won't stop. You are not alone in this, not even close. And if this felt less like a video, and more like someone finally sitting with you in the silence of 3 a.m. and understanding exactly what it feels like, then you already know why this channel exists. Subscribe to Psythic, because there are things your mind still needs to hear, and you shouldn't have to lie awake with them alone.